It began with roots in Zhao and formalization under the Han 2nd century BCE, when the lunisolar calendar came to govern planting, taxes, and rights. It works as a reset of luck and family cohesion. The myth of Neon encodes the red noise light triad as an anti-misfortune protocol. Its contribution became China's fiscal social marker. It aligns holidays, bonuses, reconciliations, Hongbao, physical and digital, and Chunyan, the largest annual migration on the planet. It standardizes the public semiotics of red, prosperity, and the gesture of renewal, clean house, new clothes, full table. A little-known curiosity is that the digital Hongbao preserves the symbolic transfer of blessing with traceability. In a few days, trillions of yuan circulate as luck data. After opening the year and putting family and finances in order, the cycle calls for a luminous, communal closing to consolidate belonging, hence the move to the first full moon of the year when the city becomes a stage and the private turns public, the Lantern Festival.
If this is making sense to you, subscribe now and comment what you think. That tells me to keep going, and it makes sure you get the next ones without missing them.
It began in the Western Han, 2nd century BCE, and gained traction with Buddhist processions in the Eastern Han. It takes place on the first full moon of the year. The purpose was to close the New Year chapter with light, gathering, and sweetness. Tongyuan, rice balls, symbolize cohesion. This festival inaugurated a recurring nighttime economy, lighting, handicrafts, street food, consolidated the square as a civic space, and gamified literacy through Caidangmi, a practice popularized under the Song. The street becomes a classroom and a showcase for trades. It is said that medieval cities regulated lantern routes and schedules to prevent fires, a proto-regulation of nighttime events. In the calendar, the moon then gives way to the solar clarity of the term Tengming. Tengming, tomb sweeping, follows.
It began as a decree by Tang Xuanzang, 732 CE, merging the old cold food festival with ancestral worship in the solar term Qingming, pure brightness. Its purpose was to reaffirm Confucian filiality, cleaning tombs, offering tea, fruits and flowers, updating epitaphs. Afterwards, kites in the wind sealed the arrival of spring. This festival helped institutionalize the governance of remembrance, cemetery rules, standardized rituals, and special urban routes, reducing the social cost of scattered mourning and connecting family and state through chains of memory. What few people know is that kites with lanterns were used to carry misfortune away. Modern cities replace burned paper offerings with flowers to mitigate environmental risk. The agenda then moves from memory to seasonal prophylaxis and affective citizenship, rowing in cadence, eating zongzai, hanging protective herbs. The Dragon Boat Festival approaches. It began with the memorialization of Chu Yuan, 278 BCE, layered over older protection rituals of the fifth lunar month, Peak Yong. The double agenda, honoring loyalty and protecting health against miasmas, mugwort and calamus, are hung, scented sachets are worn, zongzai are cooked. On the river, dragon boats move to the rhythm of drums. This festival created a civic citizenship holiday, literary patriotism, preserved popular pharmacopoeia, and professionalized water sports with local and regional calendars. It offers a cultural prevention kit, now reinterpreted through public health. The old Realgar wine, arsenite, was abandoned for safety reasons, but survives in iconography and stories. Under 2 stars and a bridge of birds, needle and thread come on stage. Qi Si, the double seventh, arrives.
It began with records in the Han Dynasty, 2nd century BCE, bringing domestic skill rites, embroidery or weaving under the moon. The festival celebrates the yearly meeting of Niu Long and Jinyu, asking for dexterity and good bonds, competence as a loving social virtue. This festival established a local Valentine's Day, shaped female education, displays of skill, peer sociability, and irrigated the lyric tradition of separated lovers. Modern brands and cities repurpose the calendar for an affective economy. Some say the legend has an explicit astronomical anchor, Vega, Ji Nu, and Altair, Niu Long, separated by the Milky Way. The Magpie Bridge works as a mnemonic of sky and myth. Community, charity, and rites of passage take the stage. It is the ghost festival, Zhongyuan, when the city reserves seats for the invisible. It began with the Buddhist Ulambana rite, 5th century CE, syncretized with Taoist layers under the Tong. The goal was to nourish spirits and ancestors when the gates of the underworld open, to balance debt and virtue with offering tables, incense, and votive paper. Floating lanterns guide souls along the rivers. It formalized ritual charity for those without descendants, strengthened community networks, temples, neighborhoods, and ethically regulated the afterlife in the social imagination. Street operas preserve moral pedagogy. The front row of seats at performances is reserved for invisible guests. The lanterns act as a symbolic GPS for their return. Poetry, cakes, and popular astronomy align longing and abundance. The Mid-Autumn Festival arrives.
It began under the Tang, 8th century, and spread under the Song with growing urban sociability. It celebrates the full moon, reunion, and harvest, telling the tale of Chang'e and looking for the jade rabbit in the shadows. This festival instituted domestic diplomacy, corporate and family mooncake gifting, strengthened a shared emotional literacy, poems of longing across distance, and popularized lay astronomical observation. Mooncake boxes have become an annual design war. Fillings map geographies of taste, lotus, salted egg yolk, meats, and there are modern versions, tea, matcha, ice cream. With the family realigned under the moon, the cycle closes on 9/9, a day of maximal yang dedicated to vitality and respect.
It began in the Eastern Han, 1st to 2nd century CE, and was made official under the Tang. 9/9 combines two peaks of yang. It honors the elderly and wards off misfortune with chrysanthemum wine and dogwood branches. It consolidated intergenerational respect as cultural policy, community hikes, visits, health checkups, and events in parks. It wove together landscape, health, and family in a single act.